Ever wondered why your relationships sometimes feel draining and unfulfilling? We've all been there, feeling overwhelmed, stressed, or taken advantage of. Often, this discomfort stems from a lack of boundaries in our relationships. Boundaries, the invisible lines we draw around ourselves to maintain our individuality and personal integrity, are essential to healthy interactions. They help us communicate our needs clearly and openly, without fear of retribution or guilt. In this video, we'll explore the power of boundaries and how setting them can contribute to more fulfilling relationships. We'll delve into 4 types of boundaries: physical, emotional, intellectual, and time. Physical boundaries relate to our personal space and privacy. Emotional and intellectual boundaries involve our feelings and thoughts, and time boundaries refer to how we manage our time between work, relationships, and self-care. These boundaries are not just lines in the sand but lifelines to healthier, more balanced relationships. Let's delve into why these boundaries are so pivotal for our well-being. Physical boundaries, more than just personal space, it's about respect. Physical boundaries are pivotal in all relationships, from romantic to platonic, from family to professional. They encompass not only a person's right to their personal space, but also their prerogative over their own body. These boundaries serve as an expression of respect and understanding between individuals. It's about recognizing the other's comfort zones and not overstepping them. Let's look at some examples of physical boundary violations. Unwanted touching, crowding someone's personal space without their consent, or using physical intimidation are all clear violations of physical boundaries. It's not just about what you might think is harmless or playful. It is about what makes the other person uncomfortable. Remember, everyone has the right to determine their physical boundaries, and it's essential for each of us to respect these boundaries. Respecting physical boundaries is a fundamental aspect of any relationship. Emotional and intellectual boundaries, the invisible but vital lines. These boundaries are the unseen walls that protect our emotions and thoughts, the core parts of our identity. Emotional boundaries involve preserving your feelings from being dismissed or manipulated, while intellectual boundaries are about safeguarding your ideas and beliefs. Let us delve into the realm of emotional boundaries. Imagine a friend constantly burdening you with their problems, expecting you to solve them, or a partner dismissing your feelings as overreacting. These are classic examples of emotional boundary violations. They leave you feeling drained, invalidated, and may lead to emotional fatigue. Now let's explore intellectual boundaries. Have you ever shared an idea or opinion only to have it ridiculed or dismissed without consideration? Or perhaps someone constantly imposes their beliefs on you, not respecting your intellectual autonomy. These are instances when your intellectual boundaries are being crossed. This disrespect for your thoughts and ideas can lead to a sense of being undermined or undervalued. It's important to remember that emotional and intellectual boundaries aren't about keeping people out. Rather, they are about maintaining respect and understanding in our interactions. They ensure that our feelings are acknowledged and our ideas are valued. But how do we recognize when these boundaries are being violated? It's important to stay attuned to our feelings. Feelings of discomfort, resentment, or exhaustion can often be indicators that our boundaries are being breached. Establishing these boundaries requires open communication. It involves expressing our feelings and thoughts honestly, and letting others know when they have crossed the line. It's not always easy, but it's absolutely essential for our emotional and intellectual well-being. So let's not underestimate the power of emotional and intellectual boundaries. They are our silent warriors, safeguarding our emotions and thoughts, ensuring we are respected and valued. Recognizing these violations is the first step towards setting healthy emotional and intellectual boundaries. Time, the most precious resource and yet often the most violated boundary. A time boundary is a person's right to dedicate their time as they see fit. It's about understanding that your time, just like everyone else's, is valuable and should be respected. This includes balancing personal time with relationship time. When you're in a relationship, it's crucial to have time for yourself, for self-care, for hobbies, and for personal growth. Let's consider some examples of time boundary violations. Perhaps you've experienced a friend who constantly calls late at night, disrupting your sleep, or a partner who expects you to drop everything for them, disregarding your own schedule or commitments. These are clear instances where your time boundaries are being violated. Remember, it's okay to say no when you need time for yourself. It's okay to prioritize your own needs. Setting time boundaries can significantly enhance your quality of life and productivity. Knowing the boundaries is one thing, setting and enforcing them is another. The journey to establishing healthy boundaries begins with being clear about what you need and want in a relationship. This isn't about building walls or shutting people out, it's about defining what's acceptable to you and what's not. Consider the different types of boundaries we've discussed: physical, emotional, intellectual, and time. Each type may require different strategies, but the underlying principles are the same. Start by identifying your limits. What makes you feel uncomfortable or stressed? These feelings signal that your boundaries are being tested or violated. Next, communicate your boundaries clearly. This could be as simple as saying, "I need some time to myself right now," or "I don't appreciate it when you dismiss my ideas." It's important to express your needs assertively, but respectfully. Remember, your feelings are valid, and it's okay to prioritize your well-being. Consistency is key when maintaining boundaries. It's easy to slide back into old patterns, especially in toxic relationships. So, stay firm. If someone continually disrespects your boundaries, it may be time to reconsider the relationship's dynamics, or, in some cases, end the relationship. Enforcing boundaries can be the most challenging part. It may come with feelings of guilt or fear of conflict. But it's crucial to understand that standing up for yourself doesn't make you selfish or mean. It means you respect yourself and expect others to do the same. It's also essential to respect others' boundaries. This fosters mutual respect and understanding, the foundation of any healthy relationship. If you find it hard to respect someone's boundaries, reflect on why that might be, and consider seeking professional help if needed. In conclusion, setting, maintaining, and enforcing boundaries is a continuous process. It's not always easy, but it's worth the effort. It leads to healthier, more fulfilling relationships, and a stronger sense of self. Remember, it's not just about setting boundaries, but also about maintaining and enforcing them. So, can boundaries transform your relationships? Absolutely. Let's recap what we've learned today. We've explored the 4 types of boundaries: physical, emotional, intellectual, and time. Each one is vital in its own right, creating a safe space for you to thrive and maintain your personal well-being. Remember, recognizing boundary violations is the first step towards protecting your peace. These violations often appear in subtle ways, making them difficult to spot. But with awareness and understanding, you can identify and address them effectively. Setting boundaries might be challenging, but it's a crucial step towards reclaiming your power in a relationship. Once set, it's equally important to maintain and enforce these boundaries. This isn't about controlling others, but rather respecting and valuing yourself. Moving forward, let these lessons guide you in fostering healthier relationships. If you found this video helpful, please like it, share it, and subscribe to our channel for more insights into improving your life and relationships.